I'll show you, look. It comes out to there. And then it won't come out anymore. Don't know. Right, we'll leave it as it is. Morning. It's a bit early. The car's still here though, which is a good sign. Will it start? Obviously I had to leave the key in the ignition all night. And the ignition, it's got a little light around it, so I put a towel over it, see? So no one can see that the key was actually in. Let's see if it starts. It should do. Come on. How many warning lights this morning? Just the engine light and the SRS. Oh, no way. Look, oh, it flashed and went off again. Right, let's jump in the car and go see Ian, because I've got an hour and a half drive to Oxford, and I'll check in with you when we get there. Crocodiles of the world mug. It doesn't sound healthy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the trip for the fuel economy. So let's reset that, and let's reset our mileage, and then let's get going. So let's see what this car does on fuel. Now that I'm editing it in the cold light of day, I'm thinking, why on earth did I reset the MPG counter? I really genuinely thought at this stage that I was going to do a successful fuel economy challenge in this car. Wait until you see what happens. Throughout the day. Cool, right, I'm off to Oxford. I'll see you in a minute. Right, I'm being rerouted due to traffic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that opportunity to put some more fuel in, because we've got a few miles to cover today, and I'm going to buy some oil, and I'm going to top up the oil a little bit as well, and we'll see what that does. I don't think my window's working. I don't think my the fuel economy calculator doesn't seem to be working correctly, because the instantaneous fuel economy works. Like I'm cruising now, it's telling me I'm doing 58 miles to the gallon, but my average isn't coming up. My average is stuck on 19.2, and there's no way this car's done 19.2 on that run from there to here. So there's something going wrong with the computer system. My speedo's come back though. I've now got speedo, which I didn't have before, and the ABS light is off. So at the minute I've only got engine light, oil light, and the SRS light, and the SRS light will just be a sensor underneath one of the seats or something like that. That's to do with seat belts and maybe airbag. But right, let's get some petrol and some oil and see if that fixes my car. Oh, love it. It is fun, isn't it? It doesn't sound quite right. Oh, I know. I've got an idea. Let's put Supreme in. Should we do that? Let's put Supreme in. Really give the car a chance. Again, look how optimistic I was. I thought by putting expensive premium fuel in and a little bit of oil, I could genuinely save the car at this stage. I just pulled the key out. The key works. I don't know why that suddenly started working. That is brilliant. Right, fuel time. Okay, 40 quid's worth of premium and some expensive oil. It did have oil in it. The oil was right in the middle of the... Oh, I thought the ignition wasn't going to work then. The oil's right in the middle of the dipstick. But let's just see now if that oil light comes back. We might have just fixed... Oh, go on, don't run out in front of a car. She was laughing. School children, they're a nightmare. We might have fixed all our problems with about 150 millilitres worth of oil. Oh, she feels beautiful. It's like a new car. Right, what we got? Engine light, ABS light, general braking light, SRS light. No oil light. I'll update you if the oil light comes on again. Oh, we got no speedo again. I think there's a battery voltage thing going on as well, because now that I have finally opened the bonnet for the first time, got a tiny little battery on it, but I suspect the speedo is connected to the ABS, which is connected to the brakes. I think the speed sensor is on one of the wheels, and if that's not happy, then you'll have a brake warning light and you'll also lose speedo. So that makes sense. But I mean, we're in Britain, aren't we? I'm not going to get any opportunity to speed, so long as I'm not going faster than the car in front, then we're going to be fine. Right, I'll check in with you again if the oil light comes on. Right, Ian's just broken my car. Ian's just messaged me to ask what my ETA is, and the oil light's come back on. It's flashing. It's kind of intermittent, but that says to me that that's oil level low, like it's sloshing against a sensor. But we know that it's got oil. And the oil was a good colour as well. It's not like the oil was completely jet black. It was pretty light brown. But yeah. I've got almost a full collection of warning lights. ABS, general braking light, engine light, oil light, SRS light. All we need now is the washer fluid to go low, and then we'll have a washer fluid light as well. Doesn't matter. We're going to collect Ian. Hear the ABS. So the ABS is just kicking in when it doesn't need to. I could probably just pull the fuse though, and then we just won't have ABS. So that'll work. No problems with the car, he said. No problems at all. Lots of service history. A new keeper slip and 5 warning lights. Love it. Buying cars from Birmingham. I do have I've got a secret weapon for this car for today. Do you know what it is? My slippers. Because I'm going to be in the car all day. I don't want to wear my big boots. So the next traffic light we get, I'm going to change into my slippers. And regular viewers will know, if you've been watching this channel for a year, that I bought these slippers in Scotland when I did the John O'Groats drive, and they've been absolutely fantastic. House of Bra in Scotland. I mean, it's the only thing in the House of Bra that I can actually afford, but best slippers I've ever had. Recommended. Wow, I'm an old man. I just recommended a pair of slippers on my YouTube channel. What kind of influencer am I? Oh, hang on, we've got less warning lights. We've lost the ABS light and the general braking light. We're now down to just oil, engine and SRS. Come on. We've got 10 miles. We've done 10 miles. Oh, this video is already about an hour long. This is going to be a long video. One boot off. Go for park. Haha, the other boot off. Slippers going on. Still on the red light. Let's do the right one first, because that's the only foot that matters when you're driving an automatic. Oh, and we're cooking. Done it. Stop the clock. Geoff's got his slippers on. Cool. Right, back to the journey. Right, just had to pop into Tesco, do a bit of business, and now we're going to go find Ian. It's the only business you should be doing at Tesco. Oh, also, look, my key is not coming out of the ignition again. I hit it with a hat. See, won't come out. Even if you press the brake, it won't come out. Anyway, let's go find Ian. Found Ian from Cherished.
I found coffee.
I found a transmission warning light, which is a new one, isn't it? It's not dropping down into first gear, so
I can tell you what it's not finding.
Let's put it in low.
First gear. Oh,
we can use we can use low, and then we can go back up to drive.
This is where it goes bang.
Oh, did? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We got gears.
I think we should go for planning ahead and not using first gear.
I just think it'll be fine. Like, we may have more and more warning lights as the day goes on, but I just feel like this Volvo wants to do this trip today. And then it wants to be broken for parts to rescue my brown one.
So viewers, if you've watched Top Gun Maverick, just the moment where they get shot at and then all the warning lights are flickering.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at here.
It's exactly what the day
Yeah.
I feel like it's got another gear in there somewhere that it's not quite getting.
No, this one's working.
Yeah, but we need the next one because we're doing 3,000 RPM at 60 mile an hour. It's not having it, is it? We're going to have a fair few fuel stops today. That's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I don't know what that bird does. The shift lock override. I don't think that's going to help us though.
No, it's definitely not finding fourth or fifth, is it?
No, it's not.
However, it is moving.
It is moving.
I am warm.
Yeah. I was promised by the seller that there was nothing wrong with it just yesterday. Oh, it's good. How many miles have we got to go to our destination? So we're off to collect some parts for an Opel Monza.
So we have 73 miles to keep moving and not break down.
Yeah.
Because, so this gentleman called up the office after seeing me on one of Geoff's videos. He said, I used to have a Monza. I've got some bits if you want them. And of course I don't need any bits, so I said yes.
Yeah.
So I think I'm about to go and pick up parts that I've already got, but you know, it's Christmas. And what else do you want to do? So we're going for a wee road trip in a car that's...
It's basically Santa's sleigh, isn't it? It's red. Like that warning light is red. It's going to be fine. We just keep it to 60 mile an hour and we'll just try not...
3:30 this morning I got up to take my son, drop him off for a school trip, and I do not want a 24-hour day waiting for the AA or the RAC or any other breakdown company.
It's going to be fine. Positive thinking. 1, 2, 3. The brake light has gone off now. We're actually down. Our net amount of warning lights is down from what it was this morning. We have oil. Like we've probably got some oil pressure. The engine sounds sweet. Have a listen while I put it in.
No.
Don't touch the gear stick.
Many years of driving old cars. If it's working, leave it alone.
Right, so we're happy at 65 mile an hour. That's where we're going to stay for the rest of the day.
So we're heading up to Bomber Country. Lincolnshire, although slightly south of Lincolnshire.
Now, just to let you know where we're at this point, I've left Worcester and I've driven to Milton Keynes to pick Ian up. The plan from here was for us both to drive in the Volvo up towards Norfolk to collect some parts for the Monza, put those in the Volvo, and then drive up to James Ruppert's house, which is around here somewhere, pick up a BMW 7 Series that I've left there, and then Ian would bring the 7 Series back to Milton Keynes, and I would take the Volvo back to Worcester, or the other way around. I would take the 7 Series, Ian would take the Volvo. But essentially, the Volvo was supposed to end up in either Milton Keynes or Worcester under its own steam, and the 7 Series was meant to come back with us. We were also supposed to go via a Volvo scrapyard to go and see what was going on there, but as you'll see from the rest of this video, things don't quite go to plan. The other thing is we are hoping to pop in on Lake's Volvo, this Volvo scrapyard, and it may be...
Drop this off?
And if, well, yeah. They've probably got something in there that's better than this. It'd be interesting to see how much he thinks this is worth. Yeah.
But that Volvo breaker, that's been there for years. I mean,
1940
decades.
Something.
Yeah,
that's what he said on the drive tribe video.
But
apparently they've got to shut it all down within 2 years, so he's got to clear the lot.
It's a shame. I mean, I mentioned to you, so there used to be a large scrapyard called Rush Green near Hitchin, and when I say large, it was about 40 acres.
Yeah.
And they used to go in there, used to have solid tyres, lorries.
Yeah.
You know, and like proper old, and they just never got rid of anything. And the council have told them, like, they've got to tidy it up.
That's an electric bus on a lorry.
I think it's new though.
Yeah, it does look new, doesn't it?
I don't think you can criticise it when it's brand new.
It might not be broken down. The door's open though.
No, the windshield's smashed.
Oh.
That's why it's on the track.
Right, there we go then.
Can't be driven with a small crack in the windshield.
No, it can't. So yeah, it's been there since the 40s, but these scrapyards are a dying breed now, where you can turn up and take your tools and pick what you want.
But everything is changing, and you know, however people want to hear this or not, the enthusiasm for the car is dying.
Yeah.
And there's a number of factors in that. Cost is a main one, and regardless of what the car is.
Yeah.
You know, regardless what it is, it's expensive now. And the world's changing. And that pains me to say that, because I like my cars. And my kids like the cars, so, you know, my kids are going to be lumbered with them. It's not my problem anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we are a pair of car enthusiasts, but the sad reality is we're a dying breed.
Yeah, and people aren't passing their driving tests as they used to, because, again, the world's changed. You know, you can now, rude speaking, you can now fly to Spain for 30 quid. Well, why are you going to do an hour's driving lesson when you're going to sit in Spain?
Well, when I was looking at collecting this 7 Series, one of the cheapest options that I came up with, because of where the 7 Series is, was going to Bristol, flying to Faro in Portugal, and then flying to Norfolk Airport. Yeah. So it was cheaper than a train.
So I have to go and my mother's decided to clock up some air miles by throwing herself down the stairs, and she can't drive for a few weeks.
Excellent.
And she's going to the Isle of Man. So I'm going to drive her up to the boat, go over, take her over on the boat, and then I'm going to fly back. So of course I played this game. There's one flight from the Isle of Man.
Yeah.
That normally you fly into Liverpool or Manchester, or Birmingham. But there's one flight from the Isle of Man, which, I kid you not, takes you into Manchester.
Yeah.
It then takes you to Ireland. So remember, I wanted to go to Gatwick.
Yeah.
It then takes you to Ireland, which then drops you down into Portugal before a short hop over to Germany and then a flight back to Gatwick.
That would be brilliant.
And ironically, that's still cheaper than taking a car on a ferry.
Is that 5 flights? 4? Too many, basically.
Oh, far too many.
That's insane, isn't it?
Why even give me that option?
Yeah. How can it possibly be cheaper? Anyway. Moan. That's what people like on YouTube, though. They're tuning to YouTube to watch blokes moaning about stuff.
Yeah.
I'm fairly happy though today, to be honest. With we might not have all of our gears, but we're bumbling along quite nicely, and we've had a coffee, so all a good day.
Quite nice about bumbling along at 60 odd miles an hour, just chatting away and watching the world.
And you have to admit, it's a comfortable car, isn't it?
Yeah.
The ride is nice.
I was going to compliment it, to be honest, until all the lights came on, the gearbox stopped working. Because when it looks nice, it's got nice seats. It doesn't look like it's been abused.
No, it doesn't.
And I know this sounds really petty, but it's got Bosch wiper blades on it.
It has actually, yeah, you're right. So someone has put the Bosch blades on as opposed to something much cheaper. And it's all in good order. It's a respectable looking car. It's just mechanically challenged. So this chap that we're going up to see with the Monza, then, do you think he's going to have a shed full of parts, or has he just got a few bits left in his garage? Or?
Generally, perhaps when I've agreed to buy things, I should have paid more attention to what we're actually getting.
Sometimes it's nice to get a surprise, though.
I know, but well, there's 2 tailgates.
Did you bring any straps?
No, I forgot that. I think the tailgates will go in.
I think they'll go in.
Do those seats go flat?
Yeah, completely flat.
I mean, they should do.
100% flat.
Well, then those tailgates will go in. I might have said there might be an engine and gearbox.
But there aren't many cars that have got a bigger opening rear aperture than this shaped Volvo estate.
No.
Maybe an older Volvo estate, but nothing new has an opening that size.
No, and I measured the door on the Defender. Because Defenders have loads of useful space once you can get things through that door.
Yeah, because they're fairly narrow, aren't they?
Big hangers on the right hand side.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And if you want another useless fact, I did my motorcycle test, so they moved everything up there. I did my motorcycle test here. So you came down here,
yeah,
and then we dropped down. You come up on the slip road up here, and I've been riding motorcycles for many years before I had to go and get my motorcycle license.
Yeah.
So as I came up the slip road, I saw the lorry, and I was just like, well, I've got an empty road ahead of me, and I've got a lorry there, so I'm going to buzz out and pull out into the safe gap, which I did, and I then heard, can you slow down, let me catch up?
Not what you want to be hearing.
No.
Motorcycle test.
And I had I've not driven much around Bedford, and I certainly hadn't driven it around or ridden around on it on a motorcycle, and I just remember getting back to the test centre thinking, I've had it, absolutely had it. The bloke got off and went and goes, oh, nice ride, really enjoyed that, nice way to start the day.
All right.
Hang on, say that again. And that was another no minor passes.
Yeah.
That was it.
A thoroughly enjoyable motorcycle test.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable motorcycle test. And I haven't ridden a motorcycle on the road since. I just haven't. The thing is, it's like, I think a lot of people who ride motorcycles will agree with what I'm about to say here. We know our limits, and of course we will push them, and people do come off, and I'm not daft like that. However, when you have a young family, it's that moment going, I don't want my wife to get that phone call knock on the door.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave the kids, with that memory. Like, the kids have got off-road motorcycles, and I'm quite happy belting around off-road, but I don't want to, at that age, leave them with them.
Yeah.
And also the fact that when I was in my mid-20s, you like going fast, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like going fast. Now, one of those BMW tours look lovely. Sitting upright.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't that look nice?
Having a good look at the view. Yeah, things change, don't they?
And all of a sudden, I'm more warm to the idea.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought no bike yet. I've got broken Monzas to fix and broken everything else to fix first.
All your cars are broken, aren't they?
When I was at university, had a Honda CB100, a 1976 I think it was,
Yeah.
and I used to buzz from Falmouth to Newquay. And the one day I got a little bit excited in a real twisty bit, and I felt the back wheels start to come out from underneath me and like drift a little bit. And I had that moment, I caught it, but I just had a moment when I was like, oh, that was me getting excited and starting to push it further. And I just thought, if I'd come off there, I was on a tiny country road with traffic coming at me, and I had a moment where I just thought, I don't want to be in that position again. You're that vulnerable.
I think what I'm most likely to do, and it is going to happen, I'm going to get another bike. I'm probably going to get myself an old classic. Like, I really fancy a World War II dispatch bike. And
I can get on board with that. Yeah.
And the reason being is because I will only pootle around the back lanes around by me on a Sunday morning, and I'll have a great time, and actually I won't have done anything.
And you'll very rarely go above 30, 40 mile an hour.
Yeah, and it's something I tinker with, and I like history, and I like old stuff, and actually that will tick the box. Where, you know, I think that's going to be the answer. But
we should buy one each in the next Anglia Classic Car Auction sale in January, because they've always got a few bikes going through, and they always go cheap.
Have you got a bike licence, you say?
No, I can do a CBT though. I'll get a little bike.
I'm up for buying a bike.
Yeah.
I'm really tempted to buy that P38 Range Rover in ACA, but I just don't need any more cars at the minute.
That was yesterday, wasn't it? That was the auction yesterday. It's Wednesday today.
Yeah, the 4th.
How much do you think it will go?
Oh, we're going to King's Lynn. Oh,
we're not far from King's
Hang on,
Lynn.
So we could drive one half-dead, unreliable car.
We could put this in the auction.
And we could pick up a P38 Range Rover, and nothing ever goes wrong with those.
No, they're notoriously reliable.
No, you touched on my cars. I'll give everyone an update on my cars. So, car-wise, it's going quite well, to be honest. The Kids E12 BMW is sat in the barn. It's on the road. It's sat in the barn because, well, it's salt on the road, it's cold, it's wet, it's 50 odd years old, it's done its worth, and I don't really want it rotting away. And also, the kids aren't excited about going outside the cold and playing with it, and I'm not excited about going out in the cold and playing with it. The Monza, welding that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if anyone saw it at the NEC.
Yeah, last time people saw your Monza was at the show where you had all of the rear quarter off on the stand.
There's nothing attaching to it. Well, there is now. So if you did see it at the NEC, you remember that the rear lip where the back tailgate is, well, that wasn't anything there. That's all been fabricated and manufactured. All the boot floors done. All the inner rear panels now are done. So now what we just need to do is basically cut the outside of the other quarter off to repair the inner part of that quarter.
Yeah.
And then we're on track.
Yeah.
So the Monza's getting done. It's just with everything, you know, it's life gets in the way, children get in the way. I work flat out in the summer, and to be honest with you, in the winter I don't really have that much enthusiasm. And also coming up Christmas, my funds are being directed to other things, which I think everyone can relate to. And it's not like it's needed to be on the road; it's in the garage at home. And we're about to go get more parts for a car that's not on the road. What more can you want? The Defender is out of MOT, and the Defender is purely out of MOT because I just decided to fix them all leaks, really. The steering box has been leaking on it for about 9 years, and has been successfully, rust-proofing the chassis all that time. Every year the MOT, but I go underneath with a brake cleaner. And I decided this year I'm not going to go underneath with a brake cleaner. So that came back, and to be honest with you, the weather's been rubbish. I haven't got any enthusiasm to fix it. And because I'm working from home at the minute, I don't really need a car. So the excitement to fix things is the weather, isn't it?
Well, you've had a bad year with fixing stuff though, because at the start of this year we both had BMW 3 Series. I sold mine because it was too reliable and kind of boring.
And my wife bought mine back with a knocking big end, and I decided that after all that work I did to that car, admittedly I did 13,000 miles in it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I didn't realise you'd done 13,000 miles in it.
So actually, there was that moment with it that I literally, she pulled it home, and like she phoned me when it's knocking. It's like 11:30 at night, and the kids in the car to get home. There's so much more important things than worrying about that. And to be honest with you, when they start knocking, it's going to be a part in any case. And she brought it home, and I literally started it up in the morning. I listened to it, and it's the bomb end. And it's that moment going, do you know what? I'm going to be taking this engine out of this car again, and because
you'd already done the whole engine twice.
And what's worse, no, I only had the engine out once, and that was a timing chain.
Didn't you do a timing chain and then have to do it again though?
No.
Was that the other car?
No, the other
I think that was the other one. But
Uh,
basically, you spent a lot of time pulling BMW engines.
Yeah, and the thing, I think what sort of hurt more than anything else, when I had it out, I pulled the shells out and I looked at them. I took the end caps off, and those shells were fine.
Yeah.
Because the idea was, whilst the sun's off and it's all apart, now some blue. And because there was nothing obviously wrong with them, I decided to leave it alone. But then it had done 13,000 miles, so, they would have looked fine then. And I literally just looked at it and went, I don't have time to fix this. I've got a Defender sat in the barn that's taxed, MOT'd, insured and on the road. I need to cut down on cars. And I've now decided it's now natural wastage, that when one car dies, it's sacrificed.
Don't replace it, yeah.
Or I'm going to buy a Vauxhall Insignia.
The Insignia, right, is probably one. Are we going straight on, by the way? There's 2 lanes here.
You're going to go left up here.
Okay, fine. The Insignia, particularly a diesel.
We're at the Black Cat roundabout, if you want to know. The Black Cat roundabout used to be quite iconic. It's now just a building site.
Yeah. An Insignia is probably the most sensible car in the world.
Well, the thing is, I think
because they just work.
I used to have Cavaliers because it was all about having a red top SRI Cavalier in flame red hatch.
Yeah.
Fan wheels.
Not that that's it. Yeah.
Anyhow, but a couple of friends have got them, and they're worth nothing because they're old cars. They're 10-year-old Vauxhalls. Yeah. And I looked online, and there's one guy, and he went out and he had a snap timing belt.
Yeah.
And he's mobile. He comes out and he does a fixed price repair on a snap timing chain.
I thought I'd film forwards because it's just you and me chatting. Go on, fixed price repair on a snap timing chain.
Snap timing chain, or snap timing belt. 725 quid.
Really?
He put it on Facebook last night. He did it in 58 minutes. Right? So it's obviously one of those engines. We're moving.
We're pulling off in A gear. I'm not sure which one, and it's not the correct one.
And I appreciate that, someone that does it all the time and everything, so I get that. But it's that moment going, actually, do you know what? Do I now just want something that's cheap to run, is reliable? I like my BMWs, but I'm slightly soured by that one.
Yeah.
And I'm not impressed by newer car build quality. And you think, well, actually, if a £2,000 Vauxhall is going to get me to Worcester and back and do 60 miles a gallon, actually, do I really need a BMW?
Yes. Yeah.
And it pains me to say that because I love my BMs.
Yeah, and like as car guys, really the last thing we should be recommending is a Vauxhall Insignia. But sometimes you do want something that just works.
Yeah, and I don't want, again, you and me have had this conversation numerous times, I still have a mortgage, and until my mortgage is paid off, I'm not going to go and buy any flash depreciating cars.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense to me to go and buy, and I think this is where younger people go wrong, is they feel the need to have a £20,000-25,000 car without getting any of the other things that matter in place. I was chatting to my brother yesterday. He works with some guys that earn good money, but they're obsessed with designer clothes, and all the children have to wear designer clothes, and yet these guys will quite regularly ask for an advance on their pay. It's like you've got to prioritise where some people don't seem to be able to prioritise where they actually spend their money.
And I think the other thing is, everyone gets finances wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely everyone. I have so much more time for a friend who will, if you say, do you want to go and do something, that will come back to me and openly say that, we're skint.
Yeah.
Then an excuse, and there's just nothing to be. Look!
Oh, that is cool.
I wonder if you left the keys in that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's a rare car.
Anyhow, let's not go any further on that one.
No, let's not.
Look, there's your Volvo brake on the left-hand side.
Oh, is that it?
Look.
Oh, I'm excited about that. Look at all those. Oh, yeah. I phoned him yesterday and he said, yeah, we can pop along and have a look. So we're, 55 miles north we're going?
Yeah, so we're on the A1, a traffic jam. What we should have done is come off at this junction, gone down through Cambridge, towards Cambridge, gone down and gone to Duxford for the day.
Yeah, Duxford's good.
Especially since they're changing the land warfare bit.
Right.
I'm not really into that, but I'm a bit of a dinosaur.
Yeah. So this Defender that's ahead of us is I can't remember what it's called, 25th anniversary SVX, is it? If I go in the right hand lane here, we might be able to have a look at it.
Well, it looks like one.
It looks like one, yeah. So that's very cool, and I love that he's driving along with the roof off.
Well, again, also coming from someone that drives a Land Rover, actually, it's quieter with the roof off.
I'd imagine they are. Yeah, but I mean, it's just a cool thing, isn't it? And it's got to be an SVX because of the way that frame goes around the window.
And you know, there's that moment I keep saying about I'm going to get rid of my Defender.
Yeah,
I do at the minute.
Yeah.
About keeping it.
Your Defender. Well, you've been threatening to sell your Defender since I've known you, and I have known you long enough. Oh, it is. Look, it's got the vinyl stickers on the side. I've known you long enough to know that you're not going to sell the Defender. That's very, very cool.
Isn't that a car?
Let's tell him we love his car.
No, don't be sad. Just
You have to.
Let the guy go to work or whatever.
Like it. There you go. See, he's loving it. Now he knows that we like his car. SVX badge on it, look. I always, if I like someone's car, I always let them know, because I feel like.
Yeah, but you just put this window down. I don't know if it's going to go back up.
No, the driver's one won't.
Oh right, okay. I'm not just saying this, but that's a car that's got a future, and
Yeah.
I know you're going to hate what I'm about to suggest. But if you want to make one of those an EV, it's got a big ladder chassis, it's got loads of space, and it actually, you can put a motor where the gearbox should be, and you've got loads of space at the front, and it doesn't matter if the range is rubbish, because they're rubbish to start with.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to go fast, because they don't go fast in any case, and the people that own them, you know,
Most people that own them don't drive them long distances.
No. I think that's third gear now.
I think it is. I think we've only got third gear. I don't mind. Look, what'll happen is we'll turn this car off and on again, and it'll all come back to life. And
yeah, but can we not do that on the outside lane of the A1?
But if we turn it off and it doesn't go back on, then granted, we are not in the best position.
So what's going to happen, viewers, is if this car breaks down at Kings Lynn, we're going to get a taxi to ACA, and then we're going to buy a P38 diesel Range Rover.
Oh, is it a diesel as well?
Oh, it's got. I go through phases of wanting a P38, but they've got to be basically free.
A friend of mine is selling his. He bought a really nice one at the start of summer and has spent a fortune on it, but it's £7,000.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them or anything like that. It's just, I don't see it. I don't love them that much, but in a strange way, I'd quite like a high-spec diesel one because they're horrifically slow.
Yeah.
And they don't like going up hills, but then again, they're not big juicy V8s. I love my V8s, but
at the same time, if it's running, there's not a lot that's going to stop it.
that's you.
Is that my car?
Yep. That sounds like a shell picking up.
I don't know what that means. Is that bad?
Well, that means your engine's about to lock up. Yeah, that engine's about to cease.
Should I turn it off?
It won't start again. I would suggest trying to put yourself into the left-hand lane, and then we'll look forward to calling the AA. So people, what's happening here is this engine's starving itself of oil, and there's lots of bits of metal grinding against each other. And if you turn it off, it's going to be so hot, it isn't going to restart.
It stopped!
Oh, it stopped! Oh.
We're like 2 miles from a Volvo breaker. They must have something that we can drive.
No, we can just push it in there. How? Have you brought oil with you?
I've got a little bit. I checked the level earlier on, it's absolutely fine.
Does it leak oil?
I haven't looked. Let's have a look now. Why are we stopped?
No.
Why are we stopped right now?
There's a 10-minute traffic jam.
I don't know if my car's going to last 10 minutes.
No, neither do I. Oh, this is not the day to break down. I'm too tired for this.
This is the thing, right? I volunteered to drive for this day so we could get some errands run, but then I turned it into a Top Gear challenge for YouTube, and Ian wasn't aware that I was doing that side of things.
I was looking forward to being picked up in a brown Volvo, and I never thought
You'd be picked up
I'd be saying that.
Picked up in a red one. I'm debating engaging park, but I think I might just leave it and drive.
No, drive's a good gear.
Yeah, we like drive, don't it?
Yeah, I I'd be more comfortable on the left-hand side of the road. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, fine. Not a great deal I could do
But
about
there's
that.
not really much you can do about it.
We can always push it to the left-hand side anyway.
No.
Oh, but no. You could push it to the left. I'll steer it. It's going to be fine. Come on, positive thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That really doesn't sound good, healthy.
Let's stop now. I've got 6 warning lights on.
Why do I get a feeling this is going to be dumped on my driveway and the scrap man's going to get called?
No, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Positive thinking. I'm getting a good vibe off of this car. The car wants to live. It doesn't want to live for long. It wants to get back to my barn, right? And then I'll start taking it apart.
Have you got a barn now?
I rent a barn, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, it's terrible. That's why I got so many cars.
Has it got space in it?
What do you need?
I don't know, just always handy to know.
No, because it's got space in it. I fill the space. That's the problem. No, I rent half the barn with a friend of mine, and we've got a few cars between us. But my red Volvo's in there. Remember the red one that I still own?
Yeah.
That I haven't done anything with since taking it off the road more than a year ago.
Do you need any parts? Because I think as long as it's not a bottom end of your head, it'll be fine.
Yeah, but
Or a gearbox.
That's I don't see. The thing is, right, I like to save cars, and although hardly anything on this car is working correctly, I will still feel so, if I end up breaking it, I'll feel so guilty, even though all the warning lights and the noises and the way the brakes work are telling us that really this car needs to be broken for spares to save other cars. But I still feel bad about it.
How long's the MOT on it?
A year. It's just been MOT'd.
What advisories did you get?
I haven't got time to list them all. The video will be too long. Have a look. Yeah. Pull up. Go on.
Well, I mean, it's not that we're going.
MOT history check. What's the number plate? I'll have to go out and have a look. I'll find the plate while you pull that up. How's your internet not working? Yeah, I mean, we're on a main road that goes through the middle of the country and we've got no internet.
Any other car I'd turn off at this point.
It's fine.
Look,
my
that
temperature
noise.
gauge has not moved, right? So we're not overheating.
Does it move when you turn it off?
Yeah. It's a Volvo, Ian. It's going to be okay. Honestly, no faith. Look, I'm going to put my window down and it will go back up.
I thought you said it didn't go up.
Well, you just have to... It does. You have to pull hard on the button. It's fine. I can't believe you got no internet. It's so far.
I can.
Well, yeah.
I can.
Sorry, I can believe you got no internet. Yeah, sat on a. This is a main trunk road that connects the part of the country where all the farms are to the middle of the country. And your phone don't work. There's people out. Look, there's a guy out and about.
I think we've got an ambulance coming up. You need to move over to your right hand side.
Cool.
That way.
Yep. I'm just thinking if I go back a bit. Oh no! I used the gearbox. Just move over here in 3rd gear. Try and get myself out of the way. It's clunking into gear now, isn't it? There we go, look. Where's he going?
It's coming up.
I can't get myself too much further over there.
Look, a working Volvo estate.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll give us a lift. Right. So, this is less than ideal. There's nothing moving up there. I know what we can do. The bad noise has come back.
do have all the gears.
Yeah. How long have we got before 4.6 miles, and then we go on to what? The
36 miles until you reach your destination. 4.5 miles until we come off.
It's an odd noise. If I hold my foot in exactly that position, it goes away.
So what's happened is, whilst we stopped recording, is we've decided that this is its last journey. Have we not?
I think we have.
So, well, sorry, when we say the last journey, once I get out of it, it's its last journey when I get home, because there's not a lot going for it.
Engine, gearbox, braking system, airbags.
I think the MOT tester was generous.
You haven't pulled it up yet. Go on, pull it up. Pull it up. What did I say?
I'm in this car. Do I really want to pull this up?
No.
I genuinely love my wife and children.
It's fine, we're going slow.
Hang on.
But I can explain it to you.
No. I need to laugh it. Right, number plate is?
Don't know. I sent you a picture.
Oh, did you what? And what's that?
Yeah. I think it's W69BOV or 49. Something like that.
Oh yeah, W39BOV.
Oh, it's close. So it's the point where Ian decides that actually he wants to get a taxi.
So people, it has an MOT until the 1st of December. So this bit...
It's just, next year.
Next year. So
It's
this
just been done.
has just passed an MOT and he's just bought it, yeah?
I was promised there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, mate. Front subframe pin or bush worn, but not resulted in excessive movement. I beg to differ. I strongly beg to differ on that, because that's what that vibration is. Oil leak. Well, and we've got an oil light that comes on.
Yep.
Okay. Rear suspension arm push worn, but not resulted in excessive movement. Same again on the other side. Coil spring corroded, all four. Front strut knackered. Front strut corroded but not seriously weakened, both sides. Front brake disc worn, pitted or scored, that's normal. Rear subframe mounting prescribed areas corroded. General underbody corrosion. Rear brake hose and slight corrosion to it, well, that's normal. Brake pipe corroded, that's normal. Front anti-roll bar corroded, not rear bottom bar. Anti-roll bar, push offside rear handbrake. Oh, handbrake doesn't work, what a surprise.
Yeah.
Damaged areas covered in thick black sealant.
Does it give a location for that?
No.
Right.
Underbody front to rear, including all suspension covered in excessive black sealant.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that on an MOT before?
No, I love the last one. Retested in wet conditions.
Yeah. It's an odd one, isn't it? Right, so let me explain some of those. These Volvos eat from wishbones, which is why it's saying that there's movement but not excessive play. However, normally they knock or the tracking will be way off. This feels bob on. There's no noises coming from the front suspension. What, from the front suspension?
When you put the brakes on?
That's brake noise. It's not suspension
I
noise.
think that's everything's moving underneath.
Right, the rear is the same, so it's got the mount points, but I've looked underneath when it was on the trailer, and I think someone's just got a little bit trigger happy with the Lano guard, right? You know, that stuff you spray on underneath. It's everywhere.
So when it failed its MOT, rear bumper insecure and offside corroded.
Now let me talk you through my expertise here, right? These have two rear chassis rails that go out the back that the bumper mounts to, and they're always rusted out. It's all been done, so it's all been welded up. It's had new bumper mounts, and then it's all been sealed.
You're coming off at this junction, thankfully.
So when I looked at that MOT history, when the car arrived, I was expecting it to be absolutely knackered underneath, but I was pleasantly surprised. No, it's not. I don't know what's gone on with the MOT tester, because you have a look when we stop. It's not. No. It is not the car.
No, I'm not going to look.
I'm telling you, it's not the car that makes it out to be.
Apart from the fact it's knocking, the engine, the oil lights on the engine management light, and the gearbox doesn't work.
The gearbox was working for the MOT though. That is the worst list of advisories I've ever seen.
You're coming off here.
I've never seen a list of advisories that long.
You're coming off here, banking to the right.
Okay.
I'm currently helping a friend, and she wants to buy a Land Rover product because she's got a big husky type dog.
Yeah.
And I'm just stressing, you know, MOT history is a good indicator of how a car's being treated.
Yeah.
And this is a prime example of a car that running away isn't fast enough.
What's it like as you go further back through the MOT history?
I mean, preventative maintenance wasn't key to this car.
No. It's making that noise again.
Average speed jammer.
See, when you're driving a braking car, average speed limits are your friend.
Yes, they are. It seems like how many times it failed because the cords were nearly exposed. Like, come on, people.
Yeah, you can't be failing an MOT on cords exposed.
I'm never going to be so grateful to get home in my life.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. You've had an adventure, Ian. That's what it is. Are we bimbling along quite nicely? Yes,
I'm
are.
predicting this dying at my house.
It's going to be fine.
And trust me, my wife doesn't want any more cars at home.
No, I would imagine not. You got a car I can borrow?
Good. Honestly, do you know what? It's quicker to get. It's more enjoyable to get the train to Worcester.
Yeah, I bet it is actually.
You're coming off at the next junction. It is 1.4 miles away.
Good, that gives me time to start braking.
We live a very different life, do you know that, you and I? You know, like, I mean, I'm known for winging it. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, anyone that knows me knows that, you know, the job gets done, but why didn't we take the brown one?
The brown one drives worse than this.
Does it now?
It does. It's got real bouncy front suspension, and all of the bits that the advisories say are wrong with this are wrong on that. That knocks like anything, and it pulls to the left, and it uses more fuel. All the good bits on this car are going to go on that brown one.
We should have taken my Defender. Noise is back.
If we're taking your Defender, we wouldn't be able to hear ourselves think.
Nope, but we would have got there.
We're in luxury right now.
We would have got there. We would have got back again.
I'm not worried.
But this is it.
Next exit.
Yeah, this is next exit.
How many more miles we got?
29 miles until we reach our destination. I will need to find a catch point as well. And
a toilet. I'm ready for a wee.
Yeah, I'm ready for a wee as well.
That hour sat in traffic has really added up.
First exit. From memory, a bit further up there's a petrol station. So as we're going up towards Norfolk Way, or South Lincolnshire, Bomber Country, however you want to put it, seaside, Wales next to sea. Have you ever been?
See, that's just the ABS spazzing out.
Wales next to sea?
No, I've never really been up
Wales
there.
next to sea is a beach I used to go to with my parents. And
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Is it lovely?
Really massive open beach. And there's nicer beaches in the world, of course there is. However, really nice place. Decent fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
Well, many fish and chip shops because it's a seaside.
I mean, what more do you need than a seaside town and a fish and chip shop?
Absolutely.
The other thing is, as well, I've been fortunate enough to travel around the world a little bit.
That's the bottom end of the engine knocking.
And the beaches in the UK...
Have you got oil?
Yeah.
Right, we are...
In 2.2 miles at the roundabout, take the fourth exit to merge onto the A47 towards March.
Right, that's a lovely RPM. Stay at that RPM until such time where we stop and we apply oil to this engine.
Deal. You're making it worse by talking about it.
I'm really not. I've just limped home so many times in my life. I just know when it isn't going to happen. And now all I want to do is pick up a load of Monza bits so I don't break my word to this bloke we're going to pick them up.
Well, we're on the way. I mean, we're only 30 miles away. 28.
You've had a big end lock up on you. I suppose it's auto, so...
I've only ever lost one car to engine failure, and it was a VW Transporter diesel, and it was the oil pump that failed.
Oh, it gave you some warning then.
Yeah, not much. And I didn't have the money to fix it, so I just drove straight through it until the engine blew.
Oh, that's reassuring.
I was much younger, but I've never really had like engine failure. But then again, the Volvos generally tend to be all right.
Don't say that.
No, they're not known for like braking.
I mean, literally, like, out of all the engine warning lights, the oil pressure red one is the one I care about.
Yeah,
and I understand why they fail. I understand sense fail. I understand the why I can change. I understand all this thing. That's not this.
It was fluctuating on and off earlier on though. That's why I was like, maybe it's a sensor or maybe it's a level.
Or maybe it's just not got any pressure.
So no oil pressure would mean not enough oil circulating around the engine, which would mean at some point your engine is going to stop lubricating itself and therefore stop.
And stop, yeah.
Do you not find it a little bit exciting?
Nope.
Roundabout.
Fourth exit apparently.
All right, we're going
Oh
right.
yeah, brilliant. We're going to go onto a dual carriageway. Yes, just what you want to do when the car's half dead.
Exit to merge onto the
It's not half dead. It wants to carry on.
No, it doesn't.
I think it wanted to give up at that MOT, to be honest. But this highly reputable car dealer didn't let it give up.
I'm questioning whether continuing this journey is our most intelligent.
We're almost there. We've done most of it. Get on Facebook Marketplace.
No.
Come on,
No.
let's buy a car off here. It's fine, like.
It just says something when you're actually in a position in life where you're considering buying, you know, a nearly 30-year-old Range Rover because it's likely to be more reliable, and a P38 Range Rover than this.
We're going all right. I think the biggest problem here is the fact that the radio doesn't work. Like, if we were listening to music now, we wouldn't even know.
That's not a good thing.
It is. It's better not to know. Never check, right? Never check the MOT history. Never open the bonnet. Just don't look.
exit onto I-42.
Just let it happen. There's no knocking coming from that front suspension. Honestly, these Volvos, when those wishbones go, you can hear the knocking on the smallest bumps. This one's fine.
Just the engine is.
Right then. Yeah. And gearbox. And brakes. Need another gear, please. Oh.
Mate, this is not going to make it. This is not going to make it.
It is.
You've got 25 miles left. You're literally, it's going to stop.
What are our options?
Well, I need a wee.
Yeah, I need a wing.
Put oil, have a look, put oil in, because I don't think it's got any oil in it. And then quite possibly just keep throwing oil in it.
Yeah.
Or turn around. And then put oil in it.
We're only 25 miles away. There's no point turning around now. We're committed.
Yes, but the further we're getting away from my house, the longer it's going to be until I get home.
Never going to be far from a train station, though.
No, you're right. We're not going to be far from the train station.
Do you know what a part of me wants to do? Floor it.